We are back, Guys in Jerseys Podcast 3, Segment 2. We're going to talk about the NBA All-Star Weekend festivities this week. Colin, a lot of big names doing a lot of big things this weekend.
Yeah, it's always a fun weekend, you know. A lot of teams that get this week off. A lot of players get to go mingle with a lot of people that haven't met yet. A lot of other stars in the league. It's normally a real fun weekend for the guys, and I mean, it's not really much of an all-star game. It's more of a just who can score.
Hang out, chill out.
Yeah, it's
reaction.
Very little defense is played in the game, actually.
They played defense last year towards the end. And now, you got the teams now you play for charity, so I think that's a big thing.
I think that helps a lot,
that's
too.
A big thing.
I think it's just an all-around fun weekend. You know, they got the celeb games, the Rising Star games, three-point dunks. Yeah. It's a real fun weekend to watch, too. I think it starts tonight, right?
Yeah, it starts tonight.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of three-point contest, we have the list of the 10 participants right here. There's a lot of big, great three-point shooting guys.
Yes, sir.
Out of this, who do you believe is going to win it?
Devin Booker. QP, back-to-back.
Okay.
Tell you what, dude can shoot.
I mean, he can shoot for sure. You know, I don't know if he's
going
back.
I'm calling it.
Okay, I mean, if you think he's going to.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, you're not going to pick Steph Curry?
No.
You're not going to pick Seth Curry?
No. Curry brothers aren't getting it done.
You're not going to pick Danny Green?
Danny Green can't happen.
Are you kidding me? What about this Joe Harris dude from the Nets?
No, buddy.
He's a walking bucket, I bet. Dame
Lillard?
Yeah,
he was up there. He's my second pick.
Chris Middleton, come on, man.
No.
That's going to knock it down.
Dirk?
Tell me about Dirk, man.
Part of me wanted to pick Dirk. I'm going to be honest.
I'm telling you, I would not be surprised. But
just because it's his last go-around, you know.
But he's not my pick.
Yeah, we are.
He's not my pick.
Well, who you got?
I got the hometown kid, Kemba Walker. I'm telling you, dude, he is going to put on a show tomorrow night. Steph Curry's going to choke. Devin Booker's going to choke.
I'll tell you what, Kemba might put on a show, but he ain't beating Devin Booker.
Is going to put on a show. It's going to be ridiculous. He's going to go perfect. I'm guaranteeing perfect. Perfect scores. That's what I'm guaranteeing.
Wow. I'm going to say, I'll go out on him and say he's not going to get a perfect score or beat Devin Booker.
Okay, well, I think he's going to get a perfect, and I think he's going to beat Devin Booker. If you look at it, he's in his home place. This might be his last year in Charlotte.
Could be. I mean, it'd be real dumb if it was, but could be.
It could be his last year. I really think he is going to win it. I mean, it just...
Honestly,
it's going to happen. All the stars are going to align for him tomorrow night.
I mean, honestly, though, if you look back, if you actually look at these competitors, there's a lot of good shooters.
Oh, I mean, obviously, they're in the three-point contest.
Yeah, obviously, they're in the three-point contest. But, I mean...
No, I think, if you look at it, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, well, this guy's not going to win, But
who gets hot,
I'm telling you, I think Dirk could put on a show.
I can see that. I mean, I just like Devin Booker.
I mean, you can't really argue Devin Booker. I mean, he won last
he's got a
year.
great shot. I can't argue with you about Kemba because he is in Charlotte. It makes sense.
I think there's a video of Devin Booker knocking down 20 in a row last
something
week.
like that.
I mean,
obviously, I've seen that.
I think a big sleeper, though, I mean, if we could pick sleepers, I think Seth Curry. He's in the spotlight of his brother.
He's done a few.
I think he's going to come out, and I think he's going to show it off.
He can shoot for sure. I mean, I watched the game where Trailblazers or Warriors, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Seth was he was shooting threes.
Him and Steph went back to back.
Yeah, exactly. They were going back and forth. It was fun to watch. So I think, all in all, I think it's a good lineup to have for this 3-point contest. I think it's gonna be real fun. I think it's gonna be real competitive, and we got our guys, and we'll see what happens.
Kevin's going perfect. That's all I got to say.
All right, so now we got the dunk contest too. We got Miles Bridges, John Collins. We got a guy from the Thunder. I'm not very good at pronouncing his name.
Come on, dude.
Well, it's a real weird name. You got
Hamidou Diallo.
Hamidou Diallo.
I think that's his name.
That's the closest we're gonna get, and then Dennis Smith Jr.
I mean, the dunk contest is the thing that I think everybody wants it to be the best because historically it's the one that everybody looks at, and I feel like they need to fix it on the fact that, dude, really, look at the lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at the 3-point lineup. You get Steph Curry in the 3-point.
Damian Lillard.
You get Steph Curry.
Kemba, Dirk.
And then you look at the dunk contest and you go, well, Miles Bridges, okay. John Collins, Hamidou Diallo, he averages 4 points a game.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you got Dennis Smith. I mean, it's ridiculous.
You got to get some stars. I mean,
you have to.
I'm not going to say this isn't going to be a fun one. I mean, Miles Bridges absolutely.
I think it could be fun, but it's just the fact that it's come on. Dude.
Exactly. People are coming here. They want to see some big names.
Exactly.
Obviously, Miles Bridges had a couple dunks that could be possibly dunks of the year.
He's crazy.
John Collins has hops. I really haven't seen much tape on Diallo.
Yeah.
Diallo.
It's.
I can't really say his name even. But Dennis Smith, he can jump out of the gym.
He's very athletic. I feel like he's my pick to win it. I feel like he has a lot to prove, being just traded to the Knicks. He's kind of started their kind of future, so to say. If they don't go and get their big free agents, like they think they are. So I think he has a lot to prove. I think he's going to show off his hops and how crazy.
Oh, absolutely. That was my pick too. I love watching him play basketball. I love watching him go out the rim. I think he's going to have some fun. Some nice, fun dunks in there for us. Another one that can compete with him, I think it's going to be between him and Miles Bridges.
I think so, too. I think there's two, really at the top that are.
I think it's going to be whoever gets the most creative, honestly.
For sure.
So, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I think this is going to be one of the lesser watched dunk contests in recent years.
Because of just the fact that there's no big names.
Exactly.
You look back, the last good one was that Aaron Gordon, Zach Levine.
Yeah, that one.
And that was just, it came out of nowhere, and it was just crazy. I don't think this has the possibility to be anything crazy.
I don't think it's going to be anything too wild. I think it's just going to be one of your average.
I think what the dunk contest needs to do is the NBA needs to go in and look at guys that are crazy, get a lot of dunks. Giannis. Put Giannis in the dunk.
Giannis.
I feel like he would love to be in it. Because I'm guarantee you,
back in the day, they had Blake.
Could dunk from the free throw line. I guarantee you.
Oh, with ease.
With ease.
I mean, he's so
long.
long.
From the 3-point line. That's how crazy he is.
He's unbelievably athletic. But I like, back in recent years, Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard.
You had crazy big stars. Now you don't have that.
I don't know if it's just they're not getting asked or they want younger guys that aren't at the All-Stars already.
I don't think it's – I think the big name guys don't really want to do it. I feel like they'd much rather watch it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could be so much better if they did.
Could you imagine LeBron James in a dunk contest?
I mean, that's the thing everybody's always talked about, but LeBron just never wanted to do it.
No, doesn't want to.
I mean, it's just one of those things.
I think he takes this weekend as he wants to do as little, he wants to rest as much as possible.
Well, I think this weekend, this year's a little different.
Yeah, it's way different for him.
It's a recruiting trip for LeBron. This is like Dabo Swinney going to Texas to a bunch of high schools. This is what LeBron's doing this
Absolutely.
week. He's going to Charlotte. He's going to talk to all these guys. He drafted for everybody that's going to be a free agent.
Pretty much, if you look at that, yeah, he really did. And it's kind of nuts.
Speaking of the All-Star Game, who do you think has potential to be the All-Star Game MVP?
I'm going to go out a pretty obvious pick. I'm going to pick Giannis.
Wow, okay.
I think dude's just going to have fun out there. He's going to ball up, so.
I mean, you can't argue it, obviously. I mean, he's long, he's lengthy.
I could see a sleeper MVP pick being Kemba Walker.
I think so, too. I think because he's in his...
I think he wants to show out for Charlotte, you know what I'm saying?
Charles Barkley was talking about on TNT. They did a thing when they did that draft.
Yeah.
He talked about how, like, when they played in the All-Star Game, they usually told the guy, if, like, it was his home, like, place, they usually told him, okay, this is your night. Like, go out and show it up. We'll give you the ball a lot. So I could foresee that
happening. I can definitely see it happening.
Especially if he's on Giannis's team. I feel like it will be more – I'm not saying LeBron's team won't be fun, but I feel like Giannis, he's going to go out there and have fun. Like, I feel like LeBron's out there. I feel like they're out there to have fun. I feel like LeBron is kind of like it's a business trip. I'm going to win the game. I want to have fun, but I want to win this game.
Yeah.
To jumpstart the second half of the season for him. My pick is Joel Embiid. Dude, look, if you look at the game, it's turned into kind of a three-point contest.
Yeah.
He can shoot the three ball.
He can, and he's proved it.
And he can stretch it. I think he's just going to tear it up. I think he wants to prove to everybody how good he really is.
Exactly.
And that he is the top center in the league. I think that he's my pick. I mean, obviously, you could pick all these guys.
I mean, obviously, they're all there.
They're all all-stars, obviously. I mean, another guy you could look at, maybe James Harden, if he gets the ball a lot. But how's he going to come out and play? Is he going to come out and do like what he does with the Rockets? But I could foresee Joel Embiid. I could foresee someone dropping 40, 50 points. Easily.
Absolutely.
Easily.
That's why I see. Yeah, I'm going to go Giannis, you're going to go Joel Embiid, and then I'm going to go Kemba as my sleeper pick.
Yeah, my sleeper pick would be I'm going to take someone different. I would take Dwayne Wade. He got in from the thing because it's his last year.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they let him play just a little bit, and I feel like he goes into vintage Dwayne Wade, kind of like when Kobe did his last game. I feel like this could be like Dwayne Wade's thing. I think that he could drop like 30 points.
What I want to see is a Wade to LeBron alley-oop.
That's what he said.
Just for
That's
old
what he said.
times?
He said that's the one thing he wants to do. He said he just wants to get a lob to LeBron.
He said for the people.
I feel like he'll play a little bit more than we think. I think both him and Dirk will play.
Yeah, last go rounds.
I feel like they'll play a little bit more than we think. But yeah, my sleeper would be Dwayne Wade.
I'm still gonna go out here and say I'm really disappointed Derrick Rose isn't here.
I mean,
he doesn't have the numbers, but it's just the bounce back year that he's had.
I know, but if you look at all these people, like just the road that they're on, it's so hard to say that these guys are not.
Yeah, I mean you can't argue against it. And
No.
then Luka is someone else I would like to see.
I mean,
there.
I think he's young. It's the only reason he didn't get on here. I mean,
but-
he'll definitely be on here in the future. But I mean, there's other guys. But obviously, like you're gonna see it. Like you obviously start seeing like D'Angelo Russell, like younger guys get in here,
Yeah,
and you're eventually gonna see it because you're gonna see the Tatums, you're gonna see the Donovan Mitchells, you're gonna see that stuff start to happen because a lot of these guys are still they've been in the league for quite some time, like Blake Griffin, those kind of guys.
Yeah, yep.
So you're gonna see a turn, I think, in the next 5 years of just
Bunch
big,
of young,
just turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's where we're at the point in this league now. All the stars that we've watched growing up are kind of getting up there in age, and there's a lot of new young stars coming that are going to share this with them.
Exactly.
So that'll be interesting. So yeah, that's the All-Star game. I think this is Saturday night,
Yeah, this is Saturday night.
or is it Sunday?
No, this is Saturday night, and then this is Sunday. The All-Star game.
Yeah, All-Star game Sunday night.
Saturday night is the skills
3-point
competition,
skills,
and all
yeah,
that
alright.
stuff.
And tonight, I think, is the Rising Stars game.
And the celebrity game, I think. So.
Yeah, all right. So that'll be interesting to watch. Tune in and see what you guys think about it. It's normally a fun time to watch. Always, stars interacting, joking around, a lot of guys having fun. So it'll be fun to watch. I think that's gonna really
Do
sum up the NBA portion here.
Yeah, not a lot of crazy news going on.
So, do you want to get into our top 5 lists?
I mean, yeah, let's get into that right now.
So, a thing that we've done is me and Caleb both. We took the NFL, the NBA, and the MLB. We picked top 5 players that are under 25 years old. No particular order. I think our lists vary quite a bit differently here, so it'll be interesting to talk about. So,
For sure.
we'll let Caleb start with his on the NFL.
All right. My first player I would take under 25, like I said, no particular order. It's just guys I would take. Jalen Ramsey. Dude's a shutdown corner. He might be 24, so he's a little bit older, but just look at what he's done. I know the Jaguars were bad this year,
But
he's a bright spot. He's just a bright spot for them. He's a shutdown corner.
So I'm not gonna argue. That's looking at our list. That's the only guy that we have both in our top 5.
No, we have Saquon.
Oh, we both have Saquon as well. So Jalen Ramsey, Saquon Barkley, those are 2 that we both, unanimous for us in the top 20
you can't
or in
argue
the top
Saquon.
5.
He's
Well, after last year, he went
he's
insane.
the Barry Sanders of this NFL right now.
So now we got those 2 the same. Now we get a little bit different. So I got Todd Gurley on my list. I see you don't.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like there's a lot of things, and I went with kind of like some.
Yeah, see, I was heavy offense, and I see you threw in quite a bit of defense. Jalen Ramsey was the only defensive player I have.
Yeah.
And you have 3.
Well, I just want if you look at Todd Gurley and how he played towards the end of the year last year, and the whole playoff thing and everything, it was just I think that kind of hurts him. I mean, I'm not saying he's great. Obviously, I'd take him, but if you gave me him or Saquon, I'd take Saquon as of right now.
Oh, I would take Saquon too.
Sure.
That's for sure. I agree with that.
Yeah, I put Derwin James on the list.
He
was the steal pick in the draft last year. He slipped to
absolutely.
16th. The Chargers were we gotta take him. He arguably could have won Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's only 22. That's the other thing. They're so young. They're so young.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then I had then I had Ezekiel Elliott.
Mm-hmm. He's just a good running back. He's
Yeah.
just great. If you look at the running backs of the future for the NFL, it's crazy.
There's a lot of
Crazy.
good running backs coming
Crazy.
up. And I see you don't have Zeke. You went Jared Goff.
Yeah, I went Jared Goff. You went Patrick Mahomes. I just think Goff getting his team to the Super Bowl, even though he lost, I just think he has better upside just on the fact I think the system that he's in and kind of the players around him, and the fact that he doesn't have to face the Patriots for the next few years.
Yeah.
So I think it's not. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is not good, but I just foresee him next year not having as good as stats. Because more teams will look at
exactly.
what he can do in the Patriots, how they shut him down, and I think Jared Goff has a better chance to be have longer, better years than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I got Patrick Mahomes on my list. I think he's amazing. Everything he did this year, I think he's gonna continue to be a good talent. But I can't argue with you on why you have Jared Goff in your top 5. I mean, for one, he's got more stats to look at. He's a little bit more sample size, so we don't really know about Patrick Mahomes till next year. Obviously, he amazing last year. Can he do something like that again? So that's just why I went with him, just because the MVP year, how he was one of the best players in the NFL this year.
I mean,
but
for sure.
I'm not going to argue against you on Jared Goff. He's obviously one of the better bright spots. And
I mean, this is what makes this list so fun, is because you could say you're Nick Pickett, but honestly, you can't.
You can't argue it because they're all
good.
There's so many good young players in this league.
Exactly. So it's hard to say, well, this guy's better than that. You know what I mean? I mean, you can, but it's just this is what makes this fun. My last one is a guy that's not even in the league yet. He's gonna be the number 1 overall pick this year, Nick Bosa. I think that he will come in this league and tear it up. I think he will. I think he has a lot to prove from the Ohio State,
after
not being there half the season. I think he's better than Joey, just from what he can do potentially.
Watching film, dude, he's one of the best DMs to come out of college ever.
He's gonna tear it. That's why I put him in my top 5.
I was looking at your top 5 here, and I was like, crazy. I wonder if he meant Joey.
I know it's crazy, but I'm telling you,
it's a bold prediction.
I'm telling you, this kid is gonna be a beast. He's gonna be defensive rookie.
Oh, I can't. I'm going to agree with that, too.
Especially if he plays for the Cardinals. If you think about the quarterbacks that he'll play, ridiculous, he's going to tear them up.
I think that, we both have him as our number 1 pick. I mean, we're both highly about him. So, I know we kind of jumped back and forth between lists there. So, I'm going to go through. I'll read my 5 one more time. I had Todd Gurley, Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Ramsey. Those are my 5 in no order.
Yeah, and then I'll list mine. I had Jalen Ramsey, Saquon Barkley, Derwin James, Jared Goff, and Nick Bosa.
So, I mean, we got 2 of the same.
Yeah.
We got a lot of the same viewpoints. We have a couple different players in there. But when you have this many young players in this league that are so good, this is going to happen. So, I think we got some real good players in our top 5 here. And I think there's even more players that we didn't even touch on
for sure.
that we could say are going to have great careers. But I think these are our personal 5 to have the most successful NFL careers. So, we can move on to our NBA list now. If you want to start off with your list, then I'll move on.
I mean, obviously there's one under 25, Giannis. That's just number 1.
He's got to be number 1 on about everybody's list.
Most likely, unless he kind of slips, Paul George just keeps tearing it up. He's going to be the MVP. He's only 23. I mean, he's obviously number 1. I think number 2 is Luka Doncic. He's only 19. And to think of what he's doing is ridiculous. So I think those are 2 locks I think everybody looks at. And then I went with Devin Booker. I mean, the Suns are terrible. They're
absolutely
horrid.
They are not a good team.
Horrid. But he's such a bright spot for them, and he's an electric player.
And he's still playing great, even though the Suns are doing awful.
Well, for sure. And then my last 2, I have Jason Tatum. You just look at what Jason Tatum did in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, at 19
years
old.
He grew up right in front of our eyes, and he's going to win multiple MVPs.
Yeah,
he's going to win multiple MVPs.
He's going to be a great player.
And then my last one is D'Angelo Russell, a guy that was in the
that was given up on.
Yeah, pretty much. The Lakers said, we're just going to ship you out of town, take you to the Nets, and he's grown up. He's learned really how to play basketball now.
Yeah. He's an all-star.
Yeah, he's an all-star.
He's got them in
he's
playoffs.
only 22.
Yeah.
Only 22. And the Nets are probably going to make the playoffs because of him.
Yeah, exactly. He's had a great year. That's a top 5 there. I'm gonna go. I have a little bit different route. I got Giannis, obviously, and Luka. Those are 2 that we both, unanimous.
Yeah, you have Devin Booker.
I got Devin Booker too. Obviously, I'm highly on him. I was just talking about him. He's the best player on the Suns by far, and he's the only reason they're any relevant. And then I got Joel Embiid, which you did not have.
No, I put Jason Tatum over Joel Embiid.
Yeah,
just on the fact that the Celtics have owned the 76ers.
I do. I understand that. So I replaced Jason Tatum from your list with Joel Embiid, and then instead of having D'Lo, I have Nikolai Jokic.
He's a beast. The Joker he's a beast.
I mean, what he's done this year to me is, he's carrying the Nuggets. What are they? They're the 2 seed right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the only reason I picked Russell though is because of the fact that this league is now a guards league.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why all my guys are basically guards in the fact of how they play. So that's why I picked Russell over the Joker.
I understand that. Yeah. So I mean, once again, like sports are going to be exciting here for years to come. We got a lot of great young players. Like all these guys have potential MVP,
and they're still so young.
Yeah, 23 years old is the oldest one on our list, I believe.
Exactly.
So that's just going to be really. Sports are going to be real fun to watch.
Oh, for sure.
Watching these guys get better and better, it's going to be great. So now we had one more 5 list. We had the MLB.
Yes.
I'll start with mine. All right, no, you can go ahead and start again.
Yeah, mine is. I mean, obviously the MLB they're super young, just kind of like the NBA. So
Yeah,
you've had
kind of
played
the same
long
area.
times. You know what I mean? But my first one I had was Andrew Benintendi for the Red Sox. He's 24. He just won the World Series. He's only gonna get better. It's just ridiculous. He's only gonna get better. He had the crazy catch against the Astros. He had a decent World Series. He's gonna be really good. I have another Red Sox player, Rafael Devers. He's only 22. He came up clutch in the playoffs, third base. It's ridiculous how good he's gonna be. He's power out of the yard. My second one I have, or another one I have, is Gleyber Torres for the Yankees. He came out of nowhere last year.
Yeah, he
plays
supplies
second
a lot
base.
of people.
And the thing I think will help him, he's going to be that guy. He's kind of going to be like the Jeter, I believe. Where he might not have the biggest contract, but you know he's there.
And
you know he's going to be impactful.
Yeah, he's going to perform.
And with other stars, I think it will help him. I think that's kind of helped Derek Jeter a little bit.
Yeah,
I think he'll be that guy.
Yeah, he's going to learn a lot from the guys that they have on their team right
For
now, and I think he's going to be on their team.
And all the pressure won't be on him.
Exactly. He doesn't have all that worry on him right now.
The fourth one I had was Carlos Correa. I mean, shortstop. He's long, lengthy.
Obviously,
he's a freak. He's
huge part of the
24.
Astros run. For the last 2 years.
Well, and he's a guy that's going to win MVPs. It's not
he's
like he's not going to win MVPs. He's been an All-Star before. He's definitely going to be a Gold Glove winner. And he's that guy that you look at and you go, wow, that guy's going to be what shortstop's going to be for the next generation. And my last guy I did, which I think is an obvious one, he won Rookie of the Year last year, Ronald Acuna Jr., just a beast for the Braves.
I mean, he really led that Braves team.
Beast for the Braves.
Really out of nowhere last year. He brought him out of nowhere.
He's going to become not only the top 5 under 25, I think he's going to be the top 5 in baseball.
Absolutely. He really was the Braves last year. Like
I mean, for sure.
He really rallied them around, I think, and brought them out of nowhere. They won however many games they were in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, he will be.
Won the division.
He'll be a big factor for them moving forward.
Okay, so that's where I also have him.
Yes.
And then I have two Astros and 2 Dodgers to round up. We already touched on Correa. I have him as well. He's a great player, obviously, big part. And then stay with the Astros. I got Bregman as well, Alex Bregman. I think those two together have been a huge part. There's even more players under 25 on the Astros that could be on this list. I think they're just a real young team, but I think these two stand out for me.
Yeah.
And then go over to the Dodgers. I got Cody Bellinger and Corey Seager. Really, the last 2 years they've been successful. They've leaned on these two. Bellinger last year down a little bit from his batting average and power.
I mean, it's the second year.
But it's the second year.
You're going to have slumps. You're going to have people.
You're not always going to get better. So I think he had a little bit of down year, but his numbers were still there.
Yeah,
he still
I think
contributed a
the
lot.
World Series hurt him a lot. That's why I didn't put him on my list. I put Benintendi and Devers, just on the fact that he didn't have a good World Series. They didn't really play him, so it was kind of like, And then the Corey Seager was hurt last year.
Yeah, that's where I was going to touch on too. Even with Corey Seager still being hurt, I still think that he is. He's still in my top 5. I mean, he's one of the best shortstops in the league, being so young.
Exactly.
And I think they get him back this year.
Yeah,
so
he's going to be healthy. So
he'll be healthy. We'll see. Maybe him and Bellinger pick it back up, and maybe they'll make another run like they have been. So really, you look at all 3 of these lists. These guys are all still so young. None of our lists are the same at all.
No.
So that just shows you how many young, talented players there are.
Well, and the other thing is, it shows how many guys are going to be able to carry franchises.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of these are franchise type players for all of these 3 different leagues. I lost my train of thought there, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to touch on. Like, we don't have. I think the NBA is our most similar with 3.
Well, I mean, the NBA
And we were
is-
still arguing how there's more people.
The NBA is so marketable, I think, towards some players, and I think that's why like a lot of guys. But I mean, there's just so many locks in the NBA where you look at
Yeah, like wow.
that guy.
That's why I think. I mean, you look at all of these lists. You put him. Most of these players will make the top 15 overall players in there.
Sure.
Maybe even the top 10. Some of them will be top 5.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just the talent, the young talent that's just now in these leagues that are gonna be around for a while. It's gonna be real fun. That's really.
Yeah.
I think that's all we had
Just
planned
gonna wrap it up
to wrap it up. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up today.
for a little fun Friday edition.
Yeah, fun Friday. Like and share the videos. We appreciate everything you guys have done. This ends our segment for podcast number 3.